I feel like we can. What it is? What's up?
Let's do it. Okay.
What it is?
What's up? We got your nigga in the car.
Fuck! I was so excited to do that. I was actually wow.
You know, we're not gonna do it again, just to not test the universe. But guys, we're back here. We're not gonna be back every day. Well,
Every week,
every
but
week,
like-
but we're back. And it feels amazing. This
yo,
feels so good.
It's so nice to have lights,
Listen,
proper camera.
okay,
a
proper
mic.
mic. It's amazing.
Oh, I've missed you guys so much. I feel
Listen.
like connecting over Zoom wasn't the same.
It really wasn't
As
the same.
this.
No.
Ah,
But yeah, guys, hello. Welcome to another episode of the Sister. This time we can actually say the Sisterhood of the Traveling Goer, not lockdown goer, none of that shit. I mean, we're still locked down. Please stay at home.
but we got a permit
Yes.
and we can film.
Yes. Please stay at home, guys. Don't stay at home. My club, what is it? Crew, please stop doing that.
I was fine now. I mean, my tea went down the wrong hole.
Do you need more water? Are
It's
you
all right,
good?
It's all right.
Okay, he'll just have to edit that out. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Welcome to another episode. We're so excited. It is Women's Month. And
We're not excited about the fact that it's
No,
Women's
no.
Month. I mean,
we're excited for what we're
excited.
doing.
Yes,
this
and
Women's
we're
Month.
excited to be back
Yes.
properly.
So yeah, do you want to talk about what we're going to be doing this Women's Month?
So I think ever since I became a sensible adult, one of the most annoying things in my life, and not just an insignificant or superficial annoyance, it has been of great annoyance, has been what happens during Women's Month and how that contributes to a lot of violence that we experience as women during Women's Month. So, like, studies have shown that the current messaging that exists for Women's Month actually makes men way more abusive because it antagonizes them to the point where they feel the need to assert their masculinity, feel the need to assert their dominance as abusers, and it's annoyed me for so long. I've never had the opportunity to do anything about it. So we thought this month it would actually be dope to just fuck with that a little.
So in essence, from my perspective, in any case, I think I agree with her in terms of that annoyance in terms of what happens on Women's Month. But on top of that, I also just hate what happens in advertising and like media and tweets and our government and just like
the
all
the
nonsense,
communication that comes out.
the nonsense campaigns, the nonsense communications that come out. And so what we want to do, what we want to try to do, what we will do is to try as best as possible to drown out the noise of Women's Month.
Because one of the saddest things about Women's Month is that instead of amplifying women, instead of giving women the opportunity to learn about other women, instead of giving women the opportunity to learn about themselves, we are told more and more about gender-based violence. We are told more and more about CEO, girl boss, feminism, like choose your way, like pray your way out of shit, self-love your way out of shit. And I feel like none of that is really real.
No.
The woman, like the experience of being a woman is not necessarily only confined to the sad things that we experience or the harmful things that we experience. There's so much to being a woman outside of gender-based violence. There's so much to being a woman outside of wanting to become a CEO in a patriarchal world that tokenizes you.
And there's also so much about Women's Month, you know, than the pink, guys. Yes, I know I'm wearing
Says
pink
the
right
bitch
now.
in pink. Black and white. Black and white. Hoodie gang.
Says the bitch in pink, but there's also so much more to it than giving women flowers on Women's Month. Because I noticed that people be doing that. I know companies
People
do that.
be doing weird shit, giving women chocolates and flowers on Women's Day,
But
9th of August.
But what are you doing?
But are you paying women?
Exactly.
Are you paying women well?
Are you ensuring that there is a platform for women, should they be violated in the workspace, to go and to report
No.
and to actually prevail?
He has a pink flower. Heal. That's
Heal,
all they have to
exactly.
say.
Oh, a man in our company harassed you. Here's a pink flower. And I'm like, come on, dog. Like, I am definitely having that sort of struggle at work, where, you know, there's like, it's gonna be a town hall and everything, gonna be discussing
And we're gonna
things.
talk, and we're gonna talk.
Apparently,
and
we're gonna have a manifesto.
And where does that end?
And if at any point I were to be on that town hall and I were to say, at some point I was violently harassed by a man in the
this
workplace,
office.
when I tried to report it, I was told to not even bother. What? Then it's awkward. So it's like things like that. But we do want to sort of discuss Women's Month beyond that. But what we're going to first start off with this episode, I'm excited about this one because we're roasting.
We've already got material.
Welcome
actually,
to the
because
roast of
Brand
Women's Month.
SA is the first person.
Let's start there.
Okay,
Let's.
let me try my best to unpack this in a respectable way.
Yes.
I don't know what the fuck respectable is when it comes to domestic violence
Because at the
and
end of the day,
perpetrators of it.
Yeah.
But okay.
at the end of the day, we still want
Some
Brand SA to do better. We want everybody involved to do better.
But I don't think it's
You
it's
know?
for us to teach them to
Exactly.
do better, right? I think it's for us to highlight why the thing is
Why
wrong.
they're wrong.
And
Exactly.
anyone
they can take
else
it from
can
there.
figure out.
What you got from us, you take it from there.
So I saw somebody post, right, online. They posted a Brand SA collaboration with laryngitis. And
So the
in the
original
thing-
campaign is by
it's by Brand SA and some
it's
and
in collaboration with Pimpi, isn't it?
yes,
Oh.
Mampimpi and some media, some agency, some PR agency.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just getting the post.
We are doing the research.
Unorthodox PR. They really are unorthodox because they just partnered with an abuser. So these guys have this campaign where they're basically trying to emulate what Brothers for Life has with Patrick Shy,
Oh, yes.
who is a man who has actually, I don't know if his victims feel like this,
Yeah.
and that's why I feel it's so important for this to be centered around the survivors, right?
Yeah.
So Patrick Shy does this thing with Brothers for Life where he speaks about being an abuser and how he was abusive and encourages men to not be like him,
Yeah.
right? And I feel Patrick Shy has literally been deplatformed in terms of the art world and as an actor.
Yeah.
I literally have not seen that man anywhere in a long time. The only time I ever see him is when he's doing these talks about gender-based violence
Yeah.
and changing toxic masculinity. And it's been years of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even, not even if, without his survivors coming out and saying, no, I'm still cut up about what this man did to me, and he hasn't apologized to me in a way that has fulfilled me, or he hasn't been accountable to me, but he's been performing to the world. What he has to say can be valid, right? Because it's been years of him doing this, and it's been years of him walking through this journey.
Yeah.
Larry got called out last year, and he was defensive.
This was last year during the list, which we're about to head on to a year of.
Yes, and he was extremely defensive when he was called out, right?
Yeah.
And now he's turned around and he posts this video and he says something about he's a reformed perpetrator of domestic violence.
Says who?
Okay,
Based on what?
okay,
How?
reformed. Who said that?
Where?
Are your survivors aligned with that? Have you taken accountability to them? Because the video itself, there's no accountability at all. It just says, I'm a reformed domestic violence perpetrator, a gender-based violence perpetrator, and I realized this thing is not on. How did you get to that point of realization? You weren't chilling in bed and were like, actually, no, Larry Ustotias. That's not what happened. You got called out. You were abusive. You invalidated the people who were calling you out. You invalidated the other woman who came up and stood up and said, actually, you and the woman who's calling you out now were extremely abusive towards me when I called you out for not being present in my son's life.
Yeah.
Like, hello, cool. And then you say, hashtag, play your part, hashtag, some other nonsense. What the fuck, South Africa? Brand SA.
First of all, I just want to say it's Women's Month. not 16 days.
of activism.
So I need you to read the room.
What is happening?
What was stopping
Give me
you?
the flower. Give me the pink shit
Like-
before you give me gender-based violence on Women's Month.
Or rather, you know what? If you're not taking an opportunity, do September if you're not to do that. Because obviously that is a monumental, obviously annually it's going to be a monumental
Yes.
time. What was stopping you from amplifying the women in your company? How about that?
What is stopping you from using the money
Yes.
that you're gonna? If they say no, we're not paying Larry, you're giving him a platform again, and you're sanitizing him.
Other
right?
companies are gonna want to call him
use
for
him
that
if
16
you're not
days
paying him.
to say, oh, you're a reformed whatever. Come and talk
talk
about it.
Secondly, you're gonna promote this material. You've not thought about, has Larry actually been reformed to all the women he has abused? You are re-triggering them. For what? Instead of taking that money, donating it to a shelter, if you
Period.
must do
Yeah.
something about gender-based violence at this time
Yeah.
specifically,
If you insist.
donate that money
Yeah.
that you are going to use on this campaign. I feel like there's nothing new that can be said about gender-based violence. We don't need another campaign.
No.
Women need support.
Yes.
Men know that what they're doing is wrong. Other men know that it's wrong. There's nothing more. You don't need to spend money on telling men to stop abusing women. I really don't think that it's worth spending money on at this stage of the game. It's not going to change them. So please, that is the first Women's Month campaign that I've seen
Yes.
that's pissed me the fuck off, and we're only 3 days
We're
in.
only 3 days in. By the time this comes out, it'll be the 7th of.
We will probably have posted more on our platform.
What we're gonna do from here on out is sort of put out more. We're gonna do it on IG
And on Twitter.
and we're gonna post all of these things, and we're gonna talk about how this is wrong. We're gonna have that discussion. We're gonna put it out there, and hope for the best. Hope for that. That people get it. I guess people you'd listen to us, and they do better. But yeah, guys, brand essay, that was not it.
Please,
no,
do better, guys.
do better.
Do
I think there was an opportunity to do so much more, guys. Like, I'm not impressed. I saw it because I deactivated my Twitter, so I think I saw it on your IG, and I didn't even watch the video because I was like,
I couldn't
no.
even repost like the video on Twitter because I was like, this is just gonna trigger the women that have been abused by this man.
Yeah.
So
I just want to know, like, what was the? In fact, I don't want to know.
I know what the thinking was.
Yeah.
There is. Let's be honest. It's perfect. It fits. It's aligned. The brand of South Africa is abusers.
Actually.
But brand SA forgot that like it's not a cute thing.
At
So they
all.
want like a reformed abuser. Who the hell wants to hear that? And reformed in what way? You can't even lie and have the prison angle. Because we haven't had much conversations about what accountability is, what being reformed is, what reintroducing somebody
Someone, yeah.
who has gone through whatever the process of accountability is looks like, reintroducing them into
And it's
your
so
community
difficult.
after they've been violent.
It's so
And you can't
difficult to have
it.
that conversation
You
because there's
We're
so
in
much
the thick of
violence.
it.
We've
in the
been in
thick
the
of
thick
it.
of it, and we continue to be in the thick of it. So it's really difficult to have those conversations, and it's also difficult to have that conversation because I know you people like to do that. It happened last year. Every time we have these conversations, but it happened last year in September, where people were like, "Yeah, but okay, we're doing all this calling out. But what about the perpetrators? What happens to them?"
Where they were like, I'm not going to throw away my friend.
Why would you do that?
Why would
Why would you think that
Why would you center your positive relationship with someone at a time where they have done something so hurtful to another person? What the
Exactly.
fuck is happening with you? And why are you so narcissistic that you believe that you can rehabilitate someone when now you self
Exactly.
you're not
Where
a
you have
therapist, you're not
where you have not even seen, you yourself have not even seen changed behavior in your friend. You have not seen changed
and you've
behavior
not
in your friend.
interrogated your role
Exactly.
in terms of like I hate it. I hate how we can't even have the conversation about how we personally enable our male friends
Yeah.
or our women friends
Yeah.
who are abusers, right? And when they get called out, we're so quick to rush and defend them because we know deep down inside we've enabled the abuse that they've been able to enact on others. by ignoring certain things.
Yeah.
Like I saw somebody post their friend that tore up a 30 seconds card because they were losing, and it's like that's alarming.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing at that? Why are you laughing at your friend that's always fighting in the club?
It's at that point as a friend where you say, Chomi, we don't do that. You know, not oh my, he was so angry, he tore up the card.
So you see, I think when people rush to defend and rush to speak about not wanting to throw abusers away, I always know that it's because they feel guilty about how they've enabled them.
Yeah.
But the positive side of what we're going to be doing this month is that we actually want to hear more from women, and want to hear more of women's voices, and we want to hear from every single woman that we can hear from. So we would love it if like you guys were to submit voice notes to us so that we can attach them to our page where you tell us about your experiences of being a woman, what you enjoy about being a woman, what you've learned on your journey about your womanhood.
Please note, gender essentialism will not be entertained. If you
identify as a woman, come through.
Yeah. If you're gonna lean into the transphobia thing,
we don't want that.
We don't want that, because when we talk about women,
we talk about
we mean all women.
So that's what we want to do, and we also want to profile South African women, and African women who are doing great things, or women that inspire you.
Let's start with literally. Let's start
Beyonce,
Busiswa,
Moonchild.
Let's just start with those two. Beyonce will always amplify, but we need to start with Busiswa and Moonchild. I have to say, I wept like a baby.
Busiswa, for me, seeing a dark-skinned, not skinny, black woman on that scale,
on a platform that big,
when South Africa itself cannot embrace and see her talent.
Yes, that was
fucking amazing. And I remember when we were chatting, you're like, last year sometime she was dealing with domestic violence. People were gaslighting her, slut shaming her on the timeline. And for her to be where she is right now, telling the world, fucking Beyonce,
telling the world, they'll never take my power. What?
That was an emotional moment for me, and that for me said the sky is the fucking limit.
Yeah,
and
because we don't see that often. We don't see that often where a woman is in such a situation where she's getting abused the way she was, and she gets out of it.
How many women that look like Busiswa from South Africa make it internationally? How many?
I can't think.
Look at every single South African woman that has made it onto like
an international platform,
big international platform. Can't think of Tell me what they look like.
Yeah, light skinned.
Yep, racially ambiguous,
small,
skinny as fuck.
Yeah.
Problematic politics as well. Busiswa's politics are fucking dope.
Yeah.
It felt like a win.
Yeah.
It felt like such a win. Moonchild, same.
Amazing
Moonchild is slut shamed. Her songs get pulled off the radio.
Man.
People's lyrics with rape culture in them stay there. People like rap about raping people. People have songs about having sex with underage girls. Those songs are still there.
Is here.
Mampincha's a fucking domestic abuser.
Dude.
His music is still up there. Java was accused of rape. They play his songs. They took down Moonchild's music, which is sex positive.
Yeah.
Affirming women.
Affirming consent as well.
Yes. So it was literally a song about consent.
Yeah.
Actually. So I'm like, it's a W for me.
Listen.
That's a W for me.
Listen. So that's what we want to do. We want to amplify the normal everyday women as well as the women on a bigger scale as well.
And like, if you want to tell us about your mom and you want us to profile your mom, come through with your mom.
Go ahead.
Once a week, we're going to profile South African woman.
Yeah.
Who has done something great for another woman.
Yeah. How
That's
about
the only
that?
criteria.
That's the only criteria. But yeah, thank you guys so much, man. Like, I just want to say, I mean, we've gone to the positive, but yes, I just want to say we need to do better by one another. They need to do better by us as well. This country needs to do better by us as well. And so we'll be also watching what the Department of Women, Children,
what they have to say concerning
disabled people.
what has been happening during lockdown.
Guys, so
I-
much has happened.
I just hate that our entire experience has to be centered around
Yeah.
gender-based violence and
Yeah.
people apologizing for things that they are going to continue to do.
Yeah.
That is extremely upsetting to me.
Please don't wear lipstick either.
Yeah, don't wear lipstick, don't wear
dukes either,
heels.
Don't wear heels.
Not every woman wears
Not every
lipstick, first of all.
exactly.
Not every woman wears
heels.
heels.
Not everyone wears ituku. There's space for all sorts of women. You know, maybe what you can do is just sort of dress like you normally do and just advocate for women in the workplace. Advocate
And
for
don't
women wherever
perform.
you are.
I feel
Don't
like
perform.
advocating for women is not a once-off thing.
No,
Like
it's a practice.
it's
It's Kazini, as Zoe,
it,
another woman.
you know.
we love
So
would
this
say.
entire podcast for me has been that work
Yeah.
of constantly advocating for myself as a
Yes.
woman and for other women. And I feel like this thing of once a year and then we're gone is very weird.
Yeah.
Same with what people were doing with Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Now it's silent.
Oh, ye posters of the black squares. We're gonna get
What's this?
We're gonna get pink squares this month. I don't know. Knowing you guys, we
What's
just never
this?
know.
Like, it was Black Lives Matter for a
Yeah.
good 3 or 4 weeks.
and also just taking it back to
Silence.
sort of how Women's Day even started. That was women advocating for one another.
Yes.
And the people who were backing them as well advocating for them too.
yes.
So why
How it has been bastardized into what it currently is today is very upsetting. And this thing of watering down history
Yeah.
to appease and not upset people who are dominant within society makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
You can't water down Women's Month
No. You really can't.
so that men aren't offended. At the same time, you
It's-
are actually offending men so much that they are abusing women more.
Yeah.
When you are centering Women's Month around domestic violence, when you have an entire September, 16 days of activism
Yeah.
for that. Like, I feel brands, agencies, government institutions are being so irresponsible with their Women's Month messaging, and they need to be held accountable for how much they are contributing
Yeah.
to A, harmful stigmas that remain attached to women,
Yeah.
B, the internalization of a lot of bullshit by women,
Yeah.
and C, the skyrocketing numbers of domestic violence during this time.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to change their approach.
interrogate that. What is it about our messaging that could be perpetuating this thing, that could be adding to the statistic? I need brands
Because
and all of them.
as much as I said, there's nothing new that can be said
yeah,
to men about domestic violence that will make them stop.
yeah,
Everything that is currently being said is making them do more.
exactly.
So I would rather people keep quiet
Yeah,
or have, I was saying to Menzi, have platforms that are not in the public eye.
yeah,
Create safe spaces for men to have these discussions where they are not performing and where they are not triggering people.
yeah.
Where no one can say, not you.
Not
when
when
just yesterday you did X to me.
exactly.
You know?
And also, Begitele, hello. Okay,
Guys, have
fine.
we forgotten?
Like, okay, fine. Most women don't die after the first time. Fine. What are you doing to ensure that there is no second time?
Or no first
Or
time.
no
to begin
first time. Exactly. Let's do the bare minimum. The second time. What are you doing for the second time? That a woman doesn't need to go. That's just
But
the bare minimum, by
I
the
know
way.
we're in trouble because, like, abuse is used as a clapback
Yeah.
in Parliament.
Yeah.
Somebody accused our president
Mm-hmm.
of being an abuser. He didn't respond. Nothing was said.
Yeah. So, yeah, guys. We're
How can we trust? How can we trust? How can we trust anything?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The issues are many, but we want to drown out as much of the Women's Month sort of messaging and noise and try as best as possible to advocate to one another and to stick to sort of the essence of what sort of brought about Women's Day and Women's Month to begin with. And so, yeah, we are here encouraging every one of you to advocate for yourselves, to advocate for one another, I already said for yourselves, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whatever. or you don't fall in,
Non-binary.
within the binary. But yeah, guys, yeah, it's gonna be a great month. Also,
I'm
a long month.
excited. I'm excited. I genuinely love what personally what August always brings for me.
Yeah,
Was June, July, always extremely
Yeah.
depressing months.
yeah,
And August always brings about something new
yeah.
for me. Like it's almost like the beginning of my year.
100%.
So I'm excited in from that angle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also excited to create content that's going to be actively working against something that
Yeah.
has been irritating me for the longest time.
Yeah, for the first time in a while, like I can say, like I'm doing something.
Yes. So top 3 things.
Yes.
It's the roast of Women's Month or Women's Month content.
Mm-hmm.
It's you guys letting us know about your womanhood, what lessons you have, your experiences of womanhood, what makes you happy about womanhood,
Yeah.
and a woman that has done something for another woman that inspires you.
Yeah.
And this can be any woman, your mom, your cousin, your sister, yourself if you're about that life.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, and we're just gonna try create as much content as possible around that. And
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. This was amazing. We're so happy to be sort of semi back into this.
so this was just like an introduction,
Yeah.
and the next
gonna be a great month.
episode is gonna be a deep dive
Yeah.
into a very hectic topic about
Yeah.
our womanhood.
Yeah, and it's come up a lot actually over the lockdown, particularly in America, but we're bringing it here. Okay, but yeah, thank you guys so much. We are very excited. Let's enjoy ourselves as best as possible and stay at home, please. Okay.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.